avoiding action for the ferry. It's coming steaming through.
No!
It's
And
touching
awake! That's just too much.
Yeah, as if it's not wavy enough already.
Hello and welcome to this episode where we're dodging the Meltami.
Yeah, we sail all the way across the Aegean in this one. Lots of sailing, mixture of conditions as well.
Absolute mixture of conditions, yes. I hope you like the film.
Coming up, racing to the anchorage, we're given a 2-hour head start. A shallow dive to see a sunken commercial ship. And the trimaran that folds up to be a monohull, perfect for sailing the Med. A beautiful sunrise, the promise of a breeze, a good day for sailing. We've been anchored off Archangelos for a couple of days. Now it's time to head west.
That's it, all up, okay.
This is the beginning of our journey to the Corinth Canal, but despite the promise, the wind isn't playing ball, so we're not sure how far we'll get today. Possibly the island of Amorgos, but more likely the halfway point of Levitha.
As soon as we lost the wind, we've got it back, which is very nice actually, because it's just more comfortable sailing, a little bit more stability in these waves, but we are only doing 3 knots, so we'll see. I mean, we haven't got to go that far now. We're stopping at Levitha, so it'd be nice. Just hope my repair holds up. It's all a bit gusty for that, really.
So it's still a bit rocky, but here we are. We can't see them yet on the horizon, but we can see them on here. Here we are. Oh. Fair Isle, 6.3 knots, and there they are. Savvy, 7.6, so they'll catch us just before we get here. Oh, there's one boat in there already. There's only 4 buoys, so I hope we get one. Because Robert's coming as well.
We're buddy sailing with our friends from Sailing Savvy. That is, we set off a few hours before them because they have a significantly faster boat.
Look great though, don't they?
Absolutely.
We're going to look like that when we get our new sails.
We are.
Well,
We
sort
are.
of.
Just like that.
We're filming them and they're filming us.
Well, the wind's filled in very nicely now. We are now doing 7 knots with all the sails up. And Savvy's next to us doing 7 knots with a depowered main. That's a little bit of a difference.
It's a photo fest, and we can't resist a Kate and Leo moment. Sort of. The anchorage with 4 buoys turned out to have several more, but still not enough for us. There we are, tied up at the end.
There we are, the buoys were all taken, so we are stern tied here. And you're just going over to Savvy.
Yeah, let's take another reel. Yeah, it's good. I prefer it like this. It's good.
They lost a reel apparently, so we're going to give them our spare reel. There they are, over there.
This is a beautiful island, and coming from the other direction is this impressive and unusual trimaran. Tribeca belongs to our friends Robert and Laurie, who've been sailing her for the past couple of years. One of the intriguing things about Tribeca is that she folds up.
And so we know these all fold in. So how does that happen? They cantilever here, then it just folds back, does it?
Exactly.
Just tilts back in.
So the mast is held up with diamond stays.
Yeah.
And then there's a running back stay out here. So that's flexible. We release the running back stay.
Yeah.
And we have lines on a winch, electric winch. We press the button and it just folds
Just
back.
folds it in, yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay.
One side at a time.
So you can go, what would you do? You go into a marina and you hit the button and fold it in as you come up to the berth,
right.
do you?
We do one side at a time.
How cool.
It takes a little bit of effort, running around, I'd say. So we have this line here is a safety line.
Yes, yes.
In case something does go wrong, which
Yeah.
I can imagine what could. Maybe the clamp comes off or the cleat comes off.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's a safety. So we have to undo that. Then we wrap it up. We release the backstay, hit the button, and it slowly folds back.
Yeah.
Well, Laurie, the first thing I've noticed is it feels very wide, actually, given that it is quite a narrow space, because you have got the storage out there.
Yes, we do have storage out there. And there's storage,
Yeah.
all along either side. We're in the bow cabin,
Right.
which is
Oop.
pretty much you just climb in. You just
Okay.
climb into the cabin.
Oh, wow, it's a nice big bedroom there.
Yeah. The
So-
aft cabin is separate.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's kind of nice if we have crew or people that, want to come on board and be private. When the previous owners sailed around the world, they stored food in here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a clever setup and the boat is light and fast. It's also turning out to be a great yacht for cruising.
We like the stability of it.
Yeah.
We like the flexibility of it. We can go into very shallow water. With the boards up like we have right now,
Yeah. What does she do?
we're 0.75 meters.
Oh, wow. If I'd known that, I would have put you right on the beach over there.
Right.
Lifestyle then, the cruising lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're retired and
Yeah.
you're now cruisers.
Right.
How's that working out?
Well, I think in the
It's
main
challenging.
we enjoy it. And to be honest, Judy, what we're doing 6 months. Like last year, we only did 3 months because of Schengen and went home.
Yeah.
And we were kind of sorry to leave. We're going to be happy to be able to do our 6 months this year. And then we go home for 6 months. And I think it's a good way to start out cruising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Med is
Yeah.
perfect for that because you can go from Spain to Italy, hang out for a while. You can go to Sicily, hang out for a while. And you could put it in a safe spot. They were telling us Trapani would have been great to keep the boat in Sicily. So you can find a place to put the boat and go home for a while. And it's not that expensive.
It's an attractive lifestyle and a good way to explore the Med. Something to sleep on. The next day we continue west, this time to Amorgos. The island is a popular place to stop for a couple of days and explore. We had considered anchoring to the south, but the wind coming off the land made that impossible. So instead we sail to the north and find a safe spot to drop the hook and start some boat jobs. The first is to drop the Yankee and take it ashore to measure. It's the first exciting step towards getting our new sails.
So we have the sail in tow. She's going to have us ashore. And I hope that bit there is big enough for us to open it out. think it is.
The beauty of partnering with precision sails is that everything can be done remotely. But that does mean finding somewhere flat on land to get accurate readings.
You don't actually measure the sail, you measure the points.
Yes, that's right. There's a curve, isn't there, on the
Yes, very much so.
on the leech here, but you
see it.
measure just from the head all the way down to the clew. It's a straight line. So yeah, we've got our long measure in the bag. So we'll have a look at this rip. This is the repair we did the other day. And it's just ripped again in there. Needs a big patch over the whole thing. I've got some little bits. I'll just patch it up again for now. Hopefully it'll just about survive. So we're on our second measure now. Changed roles, so Judy's reading the measurement. I'll write it down and see if it checks. And you can see if you pull it tight, nice and tight, yeah, don't raise it up, that's it. And I've got 13 meters 50.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, okay, and you can see the curve of the leech a long way off, but that doesn't matter. You just want the straight line. So 8 meters 30. I got 8 meters 25. Okay, so it's a bit longer than I had.
Yeah. Do you want to double check?
Yeah.
Triple check.
So the other thing I've been playing with while we're here is our new piece of kit. We mentioned this in the last episode. It's EcoFlow Smart Generator. It's going to be a great little unit, I think. I really like it because it's different from other generators. It's very efficient. It's a DC generator. Most generators produce AC, which then has to be transformed down into something that can charge your batteries. This is really efficient. It just does it directly. It has a special cable, which is this one here. It's going down inside to a couple of solar generators. We've used these before. We had the EcoFlow Delta, which is a small one. We've now got an EcoFlow Max and an extension battery, so it's much bigger, really good capacity. This will charge it really quickly. We can still charge it from solar. So these are the solar panels actually that came with the Delta, so they're 110 watts each, but there's a 400 watt panel that comes with this that I can get for this, so I'm going to get one of those. And yeah, that should really help with our power needs. It gives us a completely separate system that I can use for computers and all that sort of stuff as well. Yeah, so yeah, really good. So I'll start it up and show you. It's very quiet. So you turn this button on here, so it turns the petrol on and gets the electrics going, because amazingly enough, it has an electric start. Just put your finger on it. And there you go. It's going. It's 93 decibels. I mean, the microphone's right next to it, so you know it sounds reasonably loud, I should think, on this microphone, but it's actually very quiet. It's sort of speaking voice type level, 93 decibels. I mean, I don't want to be using this even though it's quiet in a nice quiet anchorage, but I mean, there's no one around us here, and we won't have to use this probably not more than once every couple of months, I think, going by our current usage at the moment, where we tend to go down. So it's just an emergency thing, but a really handy thing to have. And yeah, where you're somewhere where it's not disturbing, you can run this. And I think actually I'll go back into the cockpit, and I don't think you'll hear it at all from there. Let's have a look. Yeah, sitting in the cockpit here, you actually can't even hear it's going.
Work done, power in, and now for a relaxing paddle in the kayak. Exploring the bays and the incredible crystal water.
The water is just amazingly clear here. It's fantastic. Steve's behind here doing all the work.
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure in this. It is the best water we've had since Sardinia 2 years ago, I think. Absolutely fantastic.
And where are we going?
Opposite bay, there's supposed to be a wreck, so I think we'll just explore the coves up till there.
Everywhere you go, actually, there's something to see.
we found it. Big ship. Broken its back by the look of it. The bow here. And the whole of the stern section there is a steamer of some sort. We've even got the life raft that's still on deck. Old-fashioned clinker life raft. Amazing. Try to dinghy up and get the snorkels out.
The commercial ship Olympia hit the rocks in 1980 after a desperate attempt to find shelter from a storm. Luckily, the entire crew from Cyprus managed to get ashore. It was never salvaged, so now it's just here for the tourists. It is remarkable to find a wreck in such shallow water and in such good condition. The prop is almost completely intact. Our journey west through the Greek islands has been planned to avoid the worst of the Meltemi. On our next sailing day, the wind is strong but manageable.
So we're getting the constant 6.5, 7 knots just on the staysail. Got all the staysail out. If it gets any stronger, I'll even reef this. We don't need to be going this fast. Pretty flat really because we're in the lee of the islands, but we do have to go through the gap between Naxos and Paros, so might get a little bit more hairy there. We'll see. So this is the gap between the islands. A little bit more wavy here.
There are white horses everywhere, but we are heading west. I think that's supposed to be a good thing in terms of where the Meltemi is at the moment. But I don't know, we seem to be going through it at the moment.
Got a bit of a reef in the staysail because we need it. And it's slow going bashing against this, even for us.
Yeah, it is.
Avoiding action for the ferry. It's coming steaming through. Just nipping behind him. There he goes.
No!
It's
And awake! That's just too much.
Yeah, as if it's not wavy enough already. Well, it's calmed down nicely, as quick as that. Just came right down, so got mainsail out just to give us a little bit of better steerage because just couldn't really steer close enough to the wind without it. I put the third reef in, but I can shake that out now because it's dying and dying. But we're going along okay. What are we doing now?
Not too well.
3 knots. We were doing 6 knots when I left the cockpit.
I know, but exactly. It's up and down and up and down, so I think we just keep it like it is.
Yeah, I can feel gusts coming now, so we'll pick back up again. So, yeah, I think you're right. I can do a bit of fishing. No great rush. It's quite nice and comfortable. Sort the flag out back here. There we go. Off for a nice day's sail. Didn't expect it when we set out. I thought it was going to be grim all the way. So that's sailing in the Med for you.
As regular viewers to our channel will know, we haven't actually caught a fish, any fish, in 3 years of trying. But the thing about fishing is there's always hope. Steve believes his pink plastic flapping bird will be his lucky charm. It sits on the water and is supposed to attract the bigger fish up from the bottom. We'll see. At least fishing is relaxing. An hour later and the wind has changed direction, so time to redeploy the staysail. Some say sailing is hard work. I say, not always. In fact, this next bay, Port Vathi, is possibly the most relaxing we've ever been to. Completely protected and very pretty.
Hidden away, isn't it? Yeah. It reminds me of Sola in Mallorca.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. You come round and then it's just a real surprise.
Yeah.
There's so much here, it's amazing.
Little horseshoe cove. Lovely.
A good place to sit tight for the next few days.
It's pretty, isn't it? Nicely done.
Yeah, lots of lovely little homes.
It doesn't look like it now, but there are storms coming, and when the Meltemi really blows, it's best not to be out at sea.
And that's one of the good things about the Aegean. There are lots of islands and lots of places where you can hide if you need to for a couple of days.
Normally on the southern side there are some really good sheltered anchorages. The Meltemi comes down from the north. I mean, the problem with going across the Aegean is if you need to get some north in, it's quite difficult to do sometimes, but we were quite lucky, I think.
And we saw places that we hadn't seen before, because when we came through last year we were a lot further north, weren't we?
Yeah, a bit further. Yeah, we went sort of Mykonos rather than the
Yeah.
bottom of Paros and that sort of area. So it would have been nice to spend more time, but we're looking forward to getting through the Corinth Canal and into the Ionian, because that's fantastic as well.
And it was good to see friends, especially friends with cameras.
Yes.
Because we don't often get shots of us sailing.
Yes, thank you, Nicole. She did some brilliant pictures there. But if you do watch that video closely, you'll notice that we put our anchor down first and we were racing. So I'm sorry, Paul, you snooze, you lose. I think that's Hans Christian 1, X Yacht 0.
But he had no sails up at all, but really?
His decision.
I don't really understand racing, but I do understand sails a little bit. So luckily we have now got a big patch which is going over all those rips. So hopefully we'll be all right.
It's only got to last to Montenegro.
Yeah.
We're going through the final design things that we do online with Precision at the moment. So yeah, they'll get it delivered to Montenegro, and yeah, we can play with the new sail there, which will be fantastic.
And we can also play with the generator again. That seriously has been a bit of a lifesaver.
It has, yeah, just in time, because it actually rained. I mean, we haven't seen clouds here. Honestly, for 6 months, we haven't seen clouds here. But we got a couple of cloudy days and then rain. Started the generator up, charged up the EcoFlows. It's kept us going nicely.
Yeah, it has. But it is sunny now. Here.
Yeah, it's hot, actually.
Very sunny and very hot. So we'll be off through the Corinth Canal. That's the plan anyway. So thank you very much to our patrons, thank you to our subscribers, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.